Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're good. My name is Caroline Kihugo and this is Carol Nabo YouTube channel. Well, today I want to do one of those segments, how I was welcomed to Nairobi. Where? But as we do that, I'm going to be making supper. It is on Sunday, by the way. Yep, I'm going to be cooking supper as I do that. Here's my meat. I'm boiling it. I'll let it boil. Well, I don't boil my meat with water. Actually, first of all, I let it boil with its own water. Then I do the rest. My journey in Nairobi started back in 2015, December, I think. And it was a year after high school because I finished high school in 2014. So after my module 1 in college, my dad got me a job in Nairobi as I wait for my results. So I was taken to Kayole, where I lived with my cousin for the few months. Anyway, of course, after you are taken to your cousin and all that, my dad went back home. So I'm left there with my cousin, and of course, you know, my cousin will not take me to work. So on the first day, my cousin escorted me to the place I was to start working. So of course I didn't know the place, nini and all that. But after that, the following day, I have to go on my own. And it's early in the morning. I was using the forward matatus, the forward bus. And the journey, well, my eyes are kind of bitter because I'm cutting onions, that's why. Please bear with me. In Kayole, okay, where did I stop? Okay, the journey was okay from home to where I was working. I was actually living at Rocks area. I don't know if you know the place. And I was going to work at Shauriane. So the journey from Rocks to Shauriane, it was actually kind of short. You could either walk or take a matatu, but because it's in the morning, I do not want to get late. Of course, I board a matatu. And as always, I used to put my phone in my jacket pocket. So this day was not an exemption. Of course, I'm a young girl back then. I don't want to carry handbags, I don't want to carry bags. So I just carry my keys and the phone. And of course, where else would I put the phone and keys? In my jacket pocket. When it was my turn to come out of the bus, of course, I step out, I walk to the door. I didn't realize the person seated next to me was not alighting at this point. But as soon as I stood, the person followed me. I didn't even it didn't hit my mind at that point that why was this person not standing up? Why didn't he say he wanted to alight at that place before I stood up? Of course, that didn't hit me until I'm adding soy sauce. Well, did not hit me until I got to work and I had to use my phone. You can imagine, I'm new here. I'm new to this place. The only person I know around this place is my cousin. She's at work. And I'm at work. I don't have my phone. Anyway, to make the long story short, that was the first time I was welcome to Nairobi. They stole my phone on the second day of me getting to work. The second time I was welcomed to Nairobi. Okay, after that, I think I stayed there for like a year. Then I relocated to Murang'a, and I started working in a law firm. And in this law firm, happens to be the second time I was like officially now welcome to Nairobi, and I was told by the city that I need to be sharp. Well, the firm sent me to go collect something from the Abbey house, and if you often go to Abbey house, around this time, was it in 2019, yeah, I think back in 2019, either January 2019 or December 2018. I think it was in January 2019. If you often went to Abbey house at around this time, you knew that Abbey house was not the Abbey house we were used to. People were like shifted from that place to other places, and new people were coming. And if you went by at that time, you know that, ouch, you know that those who are working there mostly were the NYS people. And you know how tough it was getting a document from that place at that time, because of course you don't expect new people to come and know where everything is. So it was chaos. Yeah, it was chaos at this time. So for me, I was sent to the Abbey house at this time, and of course I would tell the person in charge that I've tried but these people, but I was advised to maybe give them some time until they settle, because it was a document that was like lost for a while. Of course, if it's lost for a while, you need somebody that knows much about it. So I'm sent back to the same office like a whole week, to a point that even the soldier would just allow me to get in, because nilikuwa nimewasumbua kabisa. Like, to a point that I would even cry, not cry, like I would even shed tears to be let to get in. Because like I've really gone to this place for so long, like a whole week, doing the same thing, going to the same place, to a point that you're even tired of going to the same place yourself. So after all that and nothing went on well, I decided to approach them to approach this whole issue in a different way. And the different way is not like something I'm so proud of, because I decided to bribe them. And guess what? I tried bribing like the officials in there. Most of them would not like agree, because of course at this time the country was like so serious about corruption, so everyone would fear to like take bribes. And the only person who agreed to like take the bribe happens to be a con man. They even happen not to be working at this place, but just because they got into the building and I had seen them like severally for that whole week, so I like trusted them. Guess what? I give this person, the person asked me for 5,000, I think, yeah, for 5,000, and the documents I needed, the search document that is. So I give the person the documents. I give them like 5,000, not even thinking why would the person insist on collecting the money without even delivering. Wonder if you ever come across this video. Just know that it costed me my job, but I'm also grateful that you did that, because if you didn't do that, I'll probably still be employed and earning less than I should. So thank you for stealing, thank you for being a con man, and I hope you one day get arrested for conning people. But anyway, later on I call this person, the person is not picking up. I call again and again and again for like a day, the whole day the person doesn't pick up. And mark you, the person told me to come back tomorrow and get the document. So I was there very early in the morning, hoping that eventually I wouldn't have to go back to Abby house. Shock on me. I'm here calling this person. The office is also calling me for the same documents. The person keeps lying to me, they're coming, to a point that they even stopped picking up my calls. And even got to a point and switched off his phone. So you can imagine, I'm here. I'm even new to this whole landing. I'm new to this documents thing. I'm new to all of this because, to be honest, okay, I used to go to Nairobi, but not to this part of Nairobi as much. And I'm also worried that if I go back to the office without the documents, I'll be in so much trouble. So I wait by the whole day. I just sit at the other house. The securities are looking at me as if I'm a criminal. Until one of them approached me and told me, if you give out the documents and the money, then that is a con man. Please go home. Because I think I left at the house at around 5. Well, they were closing actually, after waiting for the whole day. So of course, I went back to the office the following day. I reported it to my boss, of course. That would cost me. So my boss is there, angry. Like, I need those documents. If you don't give me the documents, then give me the document you are going to look for at the house. So of course I'd have none. And because I had taken a photocopy of the previous document, the document that I gave the person, I used the same. I went to the police station at Milimani. I reported it, and they gave me an abstract. I took it to Adi house. At Adi house, they received the document, they stamped it, and they said I could use the photocopy to like get the document that was lost. So after that, I went back to the office because of course my boss had written me, if I don't get the document, he will have to sue me for that, because it was also a very sensitive document. So after that, after getting the stamped document from Adi house, I took it to the office and also like resigned. And also felt kind of bad, hurt, because why would you steal even the documents? If you wanted the money, why didn't you leave the documents? But anyway, that is how I was welcomed to Nairobi. Until today, one is still coming with the documents, and so many have been conned around this place in the name of being new and getting the documents with out of pressure actually, because to begin with, if the person in charge listened to me, I would not have lost these documents. But because of the pressure, I even learned how to like live with people and work under pressure. Because to be honest, right now, the kind of job we do has so much pressure, and you're supposed to like withstand it. Because if you don't, you'll be left behind. So thank you very much, the person in charge. And yeah, that is how I was like welcome to Nairobi. Happy Madaraka Day in Kenya. Please be very careful while dealing with the house, while dealing with lands offices, because there are so many con men around these places. So many of them around this place. So kindly be very careful with that. And anybody who asks you for money before they deliver, of course, has no good intentions. Because how can you even ask for your salary before working? Like, it doesn't work like that. Even if you are employed, you have to like work to get paid. You don't get paid to work. But anyway, let me finish cooking my supper. I'll see you later. Finally, here is my supper. I'm having the beef stew with some chapatis, brown chapatis, yeah. And mostly this is an African food. We take chapatis a lot here in Africa. And yeah, I don't know if there is any other country that takes chapatis, but I know India makes naan bread. It's more of the same, only that ours is chapati and theirs is naan, and it's quite different in terms of making it, but it's almost the same. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. In case you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. In case you've been conned in Nairobi, or how are you welcomed in Nairobi? And please be careful out there, not just in Nairobi, but anywhere you are, just be careful. Have a good night or a good day, depending on the time you'll be watching this video. Till next time, bye.